Hello, I'm David. I'm the product manager of the SMEMA Ethernet adapter. Today I'm going to show you how to set up some programmable events. These can be used to control signal and beacon towers. I'm using software version 82 of the multiplug. I'm using 19 of the SMEMA software which introduced this new functionality. And I'm using serial port version 7 which allows you to send hex commands. The signal tower I'm using is a dumb signal tower. It has no serial port capabilities, it has no network support capabilities. So I'm having to interface it using a serial port relay controller. Essentially this is a device that will switch on, off and on relays when serial commands are sent to it. It connects to the adapter using a USB cable. And the basic commands are detailed here in hex, and the connections you need to apply are here. So let's start the setup. First of all, I'm going to plug in the USB cable to the relay controller, like so, which you can't see, but it's now lit up. If you do purchase this relay controller, just remember you have to purchase a USB cable with it. So the first thing to do is connect to the serial port. Now if we go to serial port, we see the serial port of the adapter. We're not using that today. We're going to use the serial port of the relay controller. If we click add, go to the drop down, and we will see there's a new serial port available. It might not be described as this, but it will be the extra serial port you find. We know by the setup that it needs 9200 baud rate, and then we can save that, and that creates our new serial port. We can enable it, save that, and that essentially is our serial port now connected to the adapter. Now we have to set up the new events. So if we go to the SMEMA software and we go to the lane we want, you'll see in this new version programmable events beacon tower. So if we add one of these, we can give the name the event a name. Let's say red. Let's call it rule red, and save that. We can then go inside there, and then we can say when it should occur. Now we have a list of options, and we can connect a few together at the same time, but let's keep it simple at the moment. So let's say machine ready, red cross. So we've got a block in place, but it's not blocking. If you wanted blocking, it'll be blocked. So in this situation, we might want to use, I don't know, maybe it's not blocking, but it's going to be blocked, so maybe we might want to use a yellow, but I'm going to use a red in this situation. So that's the simple rule. And what we want to say is what's the value when it's true and what's the value when it's false. Well, if we go to the instructions, I've got my red connected to the first channel, so we want the true value to be this hex value, and we want the false value to be this value. Simple as that. And that's our new event. Now to push this event back into a multi-plug, we always need to deploy. And I want to do another, which is the opposite. Let's say green. green. Same again, but we want to do the opposite. So we want to do that when that's false. And we want to enable the green light. Green light. Off command. Like that. Now we could have actually put this into one command. You can actually add commands to the end in this situation, in this with this controller, like that. So we could have just made that one rule, but we're going to make it two rules, like that. So basically the opposite of the previous rule. Once again, we've created that event now, so we deploy that into the multi-plug. And there's our events. Now, if we go to the serial port, and we go to the serial port we created earlier, we have write subscriptions. So these are events we subscribe to, and they will write to the serial port. So if we then go to subscriptions and then go to the SMEMA software, lane 1, we can see there's a red. Subjects is value, just simply. And we want to make sure it converts it to hex, this string to hex. We can then do the same for the green. As so. Makes a hex, and then we can save that. Remember to deploy, because that connects the subscriptions to the events. And then if you can see that, my beacon tower will now change colors whenever this lock is applied. As I said before, likelihood you would want it so when the lock is applied it's an amber, maybe, meaning it will be blocking, and when it's unblocked it's a green. Such things like that. It's obviously up to you. So I just wanted to show you that new feature in the new version of the SMEMA software 19, and hopefully that will give you more flexibility using beacon towers. If your beacon tower is a bit more intelligent, it already has some network connection, or it already has a serial port connection, then you can do the same similar activities, but rather than using the serial port, you could use, for example, the network sockets extension. But if you have any problems, contact us and we'll put you in the right direction. So I hope that helps. Thank you for watching.